Hey,
Hello.
welcome to Honest Trailer Commentaries for Venom. Finally.
Sorry for celebrating New Year's Day.
Yeah, well, look, if you haven't seen the show before, we're talking about the Honest Trailer for Venom. You're going to get our thoughts, our feelings, and some deleted scenes at the end. That said, I was here the last day before break, and the thought was floated that I would just do it as like Venom
solo?
and like Brock versions of myself,
wow.
like good and evil. Then we immediately decided that was too much work, and we just shoot it when you guys are back from vacation, when we're all here.
Yeah.
So we're here, and we've all forgotten what happened in Venom.
Yeah, I don't remember this movie now.
I remember the feelings it gave me, which were not unpleasant. I think that people expected us to hate Venom more than Dan and I did. Joe, I think you hated Venom.
No, I didn't.
You hated Venom, admit it. I can see it in your eyes.
Stop lying.
I hated Venom.
You're a He-Man Venom hater.
I just these SJWs and they're if we're gonna have symbiotes and loving aliens. Anytime it did not do a superhero movie thing, I was super on board. And then anytime it was like time to do the superhero movie things, I was like, no. I liked. Dan, I think it was you. It was one of you that was like, a certain thing's going to happen in the movie, and you're either on board or you're not. It was you.
Lobster tank.
Lobster tank.
Yeah.
And so he sat in a lobster tank, and I was like, Dan, is that the thing? Because I'm on board.
That's the make or break version.
Yeah, sweaty, perpetually sweaty, even
Yes.
before he gets
Yeah.
the alien.
Very sweaty.
Tom Hardy going, whoa, I gotta cool down, whoa! And then, like, jumping into a fancy San Francisco restaurant's tank.
Yeah, super into that.
That was the
comedy to
moment
me.
watching it in the theater at which I myself consciously realized that I was indeed on board
Yeah.
with this film. But that would also be the point at which some people would be like, what? And would
What is
immediately
happening?
jump off board. This is kind of emblazed in my brain because I've had Venom being thrown at me for the last 3 months because every time I like or don't like a movie, I get told that I either that you should or should not count my opinion. Mainly, you should not count my opinion because I did like Venom. So if I like a movie, it's like, well, this guy didn't know what he's talking about. He liked Venom. And if I don't like a movie, it's, well, this guy didn't know what he's talking about. He liked Venom. So
well, that's the challenge of a review. Because I liked Venom,
I didn't love
but
it.
I am also not going to say that Venom was particularly a good movie. Like,
wasn't
it's
a great movie.
Yeah, like
You can like something on its own terms or for what it set out to do, and I think it set out to make a semi-ridiculous superhero movie, and in that it succeeded. It's not like Venom or Roma, what do you got?
Exactly.
Like, one's got to be better than the other, like duh. But it's not like
Venom.
Obviously Venom.
Venom.
How many Eminem songs did Roma have? Zero.
Yeah.
Roma!
Venom had color.
Roma,
Venom
Doma.
had.
Scraping cars, dropping bars. I'm a maid getting paid. Roma.
I want to see that movie now too. When she jumps into the lobster tank to save the kids, I want to see
She
that
sort of
scene.
did.
A little
The
bit.
ocean is nature's lobster tank.
The ocean is nature's lobster tank. That's true. They really are more alike than you would think.
Yeah.
They're not so different.
But I do think that this was all held together by Tom Hardy's manic pixie dream boy performance.
And Tom Hardy is the whole reason this works. If this had been, I literally think if this had been anyone else but Tom Hardy, this movie would not have worked.
Which is weird because when they announced him as Eddie Brock, I said, "What?
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay."
Yeah.
And yeah, he's crazy throughout.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was into it.
I thought Venom looked cool. The actual Venom.
Yeah.
I think they obviously had I don't want to say a limited budget, but less than some of these other tentpole movies do. And I thought that they pulled everything off except for the action at the end, which I think we point out.
The
Rialto Theater.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone else got that Winamp joke, but
That's fine.
It's all
it's
right.
fine.
It was-
It's fine.
it was for us.
Look it up,
It's
kids.
a 1%.
I feel like
Yeah.
Venom is a hard character to bring to life
Without
if you-
Spider-Man?
Well, no, like just visually.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, there's like if you do too much and like over design it, then he looks like a Michael Bay Transformer, where it's like, oh, we added all sort, or he looks like the bad guy. He looks like Riot.
Raisin Venom, yeah.
Yeah, he looks like Raisin Venom. It's like a tough.
It's like the Hulk.
line to-
Like, at what point, because people are always like, oh, the Hulk looks fake. Like,
Yeah.
At what point does a 10-foot-tall green bodybuilder not look fake?
Yeah.
Because if you go photorealistic,
Yeah.
it's not really gonna work, and I don't know if that's achievable, but
Yeah.
it's like, well, it looks like a cartoon. Like, he's a 10-foot tall green man. Anything above Ang Lee level, I'm gonna be okay with.
He has so many fangs, like he can't physically close his mouth without cutting his own face open.
you
Like,
get to
give him a break.
Yeah.
You don't have like a mental like equivalent for that to be like, okay, that checks out, that looks real.
Right.
Like you've never seen the Hulk or Venom in real life, so like so I don't know. I thought they did a good job with that, especially considering it didn't have the giant budget.
Yeah. All right, so let's take a look at what we thought 2 weeks ago about Venom. While we paw for our headphones.
Yes. Let's remember how to do this show.
Yeah. Riding a bike. There we
All
go.
From the studio that Marvel lets play with their toys comes the Spider-Man villain everyone wanted to see on
have that.
screen.
Yeah.
Until they did.
Hey, Parker.
But this time, they can't even afford to put Spider-Man in it. Venom. Get
I have a
ready
rant
for
about
gnarly,
Tobey Maguire,
sick
but then I
tight
realized
movie
that
you'll
the
love,
rant's really
as
just
long as you're
I
the
don't think
kind
he's
of
a very good
person
actor.
who
No,
says
well, there you go.
gnarly,
Boils down to that.
sick, and tight as the genre runs out of Silver Age heroes to adapt and enters the extreme 90s era of leather jackets and attitude for a film that would have been so much better if it were rated R.
Pause. There was a quote from Todd McFarlane about Venom, and like it was one of those in the context of like critics versus fans or whatever, and it was like, it's got everything. It's got a big Venom in it. It was something to the effect of like, it's got lots of action and a big Venom.
Yeah.
Rock on, Todd.
Enough Venom for 3 pairs of Jinko jeans.
Yeah.
This Venom's got a chain wallet.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't care if his mom lets him wear it outside or not.
This Venom wears hella Stussy.
Yeah.
Stussy.
Stussy.
Stussy?
Sorry.
Have I
I
been
don't know.
saying it wrong? Oh. I know he's got
Probably
Airwalk
me.
ones on. He's got a couple Airwalks.
definitely a pair of Airwalks.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's so cool.
Yeah, and I do think that this would have been a really fun kind of like grindhouse movie if it was rated R and you could see Venom just like, Deep Blue Sea style of just like
Right.
CGI sprays of blood. Like,
Sure.
you don't need much.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, I was reading Todd McFarlane did this interview about Spawn, and like the interview was this not going to be this cutesy comic book thing. And people are like, what? Spawn's not going to be fun? It's like, who do you think Todd McFarlane is? Like,
Yeah.
this is the guy who created spiky capes. Like, no, this is not going to be.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Spawn is not going to be
Spawn,
fun.
like murders child molesters,
Exactly.
like it's and goes to hell. I think there's been like periods of fun Spawn, but mostly it's like gritty, homeless alley.
Yeah, it's literally like
Yeah.
if he's not in hell fighting a child molester, he's in a hobo
encampment,
town,
stitching up his face with a shoelace
fighting a child molester
and taking it dead serious.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just-
exactly.
it's like it's the no-win scenario with comic books. It's like they made a Spawn movie with John Leguizamo, and it was like, God, that's too silly. That's too dumb for a comic book movie. And then they make another one. It's like, this is going to be harder edge gritty. It's like, I'm not interested. It's like, well, then what do you want?
Yeah.
No one will ever be happy with anything.
Right. And I think Venom, like, they really towed the line with PG-13. They did as much as they possibly could,
Yeah,
which
they
is almost distracting at that point because, like, people are reacting to such horrific
Yeah.
violence.
Yeah,
They're
like,
whoa!
yeah. There was no blood spray when he bit off that head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That off-camera head bite.
And what's really disappointing to me is that they had a chance to do, like, this is the most obvious unrated director's cut move of all time, or at least all that footage that Tom Hardy was talking about that they cut 40 minutes out.
I
Like,
don't think there was any film in that camera.
ran out of pen. That was the 40 minutes of pages he wrote.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we'll do those Thursday, Tommy.
wow, yeah, I guess that's a good point. They probably just had him riff and they
Yeah.
had stopped shooting a long time ago.
Yeah.
And cut.
Everybody's at lunch.
Yeah.
We wanted this to be a closed set to really get a strong performance
Yeah.
out of you. We value your work as an artist, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The halal truck is like too spicy. You get the red sauce. You know, to get a good chicken. I'm hungry.
So much like Bobcat Goldthwait. It's not even funny.
Oh, wait, it's San Francisco, not New York. But he's like from basically space to Brooklyn to San Francisco. That's how you
Yeah.
get that accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
It's captivating. Keep going.
But it made almost $1 billion, so What do we know?
Lots of Venom.
Witness Tom Hardy doing just the most with the role of Eddie Brock as he plays the investigative reporter like a crackhead squirrel.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
You'll be captivated by his New York accent
I have spent a significant amount of time with one of these creatures up my ass.
his ever-changing man bracelets.
Yeah.
And so
man
many
bracelets.
weird little noises, you'll wonder if they've been covering his mouth for a reason. Watch
You know, he acts
everything
from the
change
gut.
when
Yeah.
he's infected.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. It's
I know
no
that-
CGI.
I know that a ding will get called out on often for honest trailers. It's just like, oh, they just put together a run of things to make it look crazier than it really is. But you know what's funny? An edited together list of things to make it look
true.
like a
Well,
bigger
we're
deal
not
than it
taking them
is.
from other movies. Like,
Yeah.
that's in Venom.
We may have stretched a little bit on the science talk, perhaps.
We did overlay.
I think we may have done a little too much of the science talk.
We also wanted to go home.
That's true. Full disclosure, I left a couple days early. The first time I saw this trailer was when it was uploaded to YouTube
There you go.
because I was like, these
well,
guys
then
know what they're doing.
You'll know that there's even less effort, not effort, lots of effort to get it done in time for
Yeah.
vacation for next week's Honest
Exactly.
Trailer.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I
don't know how we're gonna do
I
it.
gave my final notes on this one from the sky.
Exactly. I saw the email and then I had to go back to airplane mode and I was
Yeah.
like, Spencer's done a lot of
I've
these.
done these. This is fine. I think
Yeah.
it turned out great.
It did. And
it's-
the views say
And it's burning up the charts.
It's burning
It
up
really
the charts.
did.
So,
I was very surprised.
yeah.
Really wish put a little more focus on this one instead
Oh,
of this.
Oh,
come now.
on.
Come now.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
How deep can you get into
I wish we had done a song. That's all.
We should have done.
We should have done a song, but we just didn't have
Venom.
time. Venom.
We
We
already
also should have.
did-
I forgot we didn't make a upgrade joke.
Oh,
Or joke
yeah.
or just
Not Tom
comparison.
Hardy,
'cause
yeah.
Of upgrade being, Thinking Man's Venom. I don't know the original. The Venom that came out first and
the
was
first
called
Venom.
Upgrade.
Yeah. With the
wanna-
guy that looks almost exactly like Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want a Venom that thinks.
So insert your own upgrade joke
Yeah.
here.
I want a Venom that
Right
inks.
Yeah. Right here is where your upgrade joke goes.
And then keep going.
By an evil splooge from outer space who goes by Venom, a member of a parasitic race that's gonna conquer Earth unless humanity can somehow get its hands on a halfway decent sound system.
It's really not going to get far. Now, pause
Together.
also. There's a Venom logic thing that they set up and then completely abandoned that I remember of like, you got to find like a very particular host for Venom. Like Venom can only venomize with, a few people.
Long term.
Or
yes.
and Venom is like the Village Bicycle, man. Everyone gets a ride on Venom.
Well, I will fight back, which is that anyone can host Venom for a short period of time.
Yeah.
However, there were very few
permanent
people that
host.
could actually bond with him on a permanent
So what was wrong
basis.
with that lady who took 6 months to get
To get to the airport? That's a good question, and that's a huge
That's fair.
oversight on the case of the movie, which is that
I think that's part of why they should have just leaned hardcore into the relationship angle, because that's what Venom like. He can date for a
He
short
can't
term,
commit.
but it's like
it
there's
takes
only
a special someone.
Yeah, it takes a really special someone.
what you didn't know is that she was very ill.
The whole time.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, she was sweaty. She was definitely clammy.
Very ill.
And
by
that
the end of
Pomeranian just exploded as soon as Venom left.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
like a microwave.
That was one of Tom Hardy's favorite parts that got cut.
Yeah.
Venom has that same Transformers logic problem where it's like, were you named Jazz before you came to Earth?
Yeah.
Found out what Jazz
he
was?
comes from a planet that's just all like 2000s
Rap rock bands.
Ozfest tour bands. Riot, Toxin, Venom. Like, what a sick ass planet.
I think it's like a Man of Steel thing. Like on my planet, this means hope. He has a different alien name.
has
It's just on this planet, it means
Yes.
Venom.
I don't know. He's pretty upfront about it. But yeah, you're right. It could be a translation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's a common name. Like, is Venom like Dave?
Andrew.
Or
Todd.
Andrew? No. Venom with Venom
Yeah,
G, not Venom.
You're Venom
Base.
G.
Yeah.
You're Riot M.
You're tall
Yeah.
Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll visit there in Venom 2.
Like how
Electric
on
Gulu.
on Krypton, like L is like
Gulu.
Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Kal El is like John
On my
Smith.
planet,
Yeah.
it means Smith. It's less impactful.
Yeah.
And let's keep watching Venom. Any day.
They'll chomp their way through
There
good
he
and
is.
bad guys alike, prompting audiences everywhere to wonder,
That guy had
does
Mortal
Eddie Brock
Kombat
know what
sweat
human
blood.
flesh tastes
Yeah.
like? Is he technically a cannibal? When Venom bites off a head, does Eddie have to crap out the skull later? I
guess.
These all of Dom's favorite
Somebody
parts that got
corrected us in
cut
the
out?
comments and said that Venom
Enjoy a
slobbers
film
and
of charm and
metabolizing what he
action.
eats.
Then stop
Oh,
enjoying
just
it
in
while
the
they bore you
saliva.
to death
Interesting.
with
I'll have to
science
check his
talk.
fandom
We'll
page.
collect his data as quickly as possible.
One of the organisms got out of containment.
Lots and lots of science talk.
You discovered a gene.
This was just basically we didn't like any part of the movie that Tom Hardy wasn't in.
Right.
And
I
it's a
think
lot
people
we can pause to talk about the villain briefly.
Yeah.
because Riz
were
Ahmed
not good.
who is it?
Riz Ahmed,
Riz
not,
Ahmed,
not
yeah.
suited, not suited for him.
And
I
Jenny
don't
Slate.
think.
Odd.
Odd choice.
Odd choices.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I think people thought we were saying the science talk was complicated. It's
Yeah.
like, no,
No,
there
there's
was
a
just
lot of
a great volume of it.
And they skipped the step from like, is this CEO like an evil maniacal killer to just like
He's an evil maniacal.
he's an
killer,
evil
yeah.
maniacal killer, and nobody would hold that secret for very long because
did-
he is very quick to murder.
They did give him one. There's one great scene which I will give the movie like tons of props because we always yell about show don't tell. And the scene where he's doing the Q&A with the kids, and a kid asks him a question, and he's just like, "And I'm leaving, and she's gonna answer your questions."
Right,
And just leave.
but he still gets the applause for answering
Yeah,
the
I thought
question.
that was such a great like. This is everything you need to know about like this
Yeah.
guy scene, which I dug. And then he went full just
The other
Bond
stuff,
villain.
yeah, he was just really like he really dug into giving the speech to certain drifters, but not others. Like, does he do that every time that they venomize somebody?
I like that idea. Like instead of security, he's like, "Here we go."
Oh,
it's the
here we go
speech."
again.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay.
He's going up to the glass.
Yeah.
Okay, that's lunch.
Yeah. We have.
Your name is Michael, like the Archangel Michael. Oh boy, we got a biblical allegory
Oh
going.
boy.
Here we go.
Okay.
Hope the next one is just Dolores.
Your name is Casey, like the man who supported the Ninja Turtles through their time of need. Like
We need
Casey
a-
at bat.
Yeah, once upon a time he was at bat, but this swing you will strike with great venom.
You're going to bat for the human race, and you're not just saving New York. You're going to save the planet.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, keep going.
Hard for your body to maintain homeostasis.
Are you seeing this? He's achieved symbiosis.
Systems, renal, endocrine, they're
We're
behaving
loading the probe
abnormally.
and running diagnostics. Even fully automated, you can't pilot that craft all alone.
Directing the boredom is the not-so-secretly evil Carlton Drake, a man who wants to destroy humanity in order to save it.
We brought the planet to the brink of extinction.
A plan shared by this film's villain, Infinity Wars, Mission Impossible Fallouts, and The Predators. And that's just in 2018. Thrill
All
as
right.
Drake assumes his final form.
No more. That's
You're done with that one?
moratorium.
We're done.
No more. I'm saving humanity by killing humanity.
The environmentalist gone too far.
Yeah, the humanity is the real enemy. Like I get it. We live in global climate change. Wonderful. No more.
Yeah.
Done. No
It's
more.
played out. Airport books played it out in like the late 90s.
Yeah.
So yeah, movies have finally.
Yeah,
caught up.
I think it's like the dumb-
Tom Clancy has done this.
The
Yeah.
studio note or like the like basic screenwriting advice of like make the hero or make the villain think he's the hero of the story. And it's
Right.
like, okay, well he has to want to destroy the whole world. So what good reason is there for that? He thinks it's for good?
Yeah.
Okay. That's lunch. Problem solved.
It's a poochie. It's a poochie motivation.
It really
Total
is.
Poochie.
Yeah.
So what should the motivation be? Kill humanity to save it? Yep. Okay.
that was
Let's
good.
order lunch.
And we're done.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Kind of a week motivation. We're over it.
Done.
You're done.
No
You're
mas.
done. Yeah.
Form, Raisin Venom. Then try to cheer on the hero as the action concludes with two syrupy blotches wrestling each other like a Winamp visualizer with teeth.
It really whips the llama's ass.
All right. That's a 1%er?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a 0.5.
Maybe a
This is what
0.5%.
happens when you guys go on vacation a day early. You can't say no. You're on an airplane.
I thought it was weird that you wrote a Winamp joke into every trailer this year.
Finally
so
got
I'm
it.
glad you finally got it in. under the
Finally got it
wire.
in. Yeah, that's the thing that when you launch Winamp and press play, that's the little test sound.
Yeah.
If you guys recall.
I that's the kind of joke that like not everyone's gonna get, but the people that get it are
I
really
hope they
gonna
appreciate
get
it.
I
Yeah.
hope they do.
Yeah.
Even if it's just me. I appreciate it.
I got it.
Merry Christmas,
I
me.
liked it.
Yeah.
That and this great Del Boca Vista shirt.
Oh,
Thank
look
you,
at
Dan.
that.
It's a good shirt.
Boca Vista.
The Boca Vista.
All right, keep going.
It's not just an action movie, it's also a love story, as Eddie is torn between his love of Michelle Williams' terrible wig
Hey, I'm sorry about Venom.
and the special guy inside of him.
Favorite
Getting
line
an
in the
Oscar
movie.
for that.
From I to We.
We are Venom.
And no, it's not weird that I shipped Simbrock. The movie made $250 million in China, and this is how they advertised it.
I love that.
Look, ever since Tumblr changed, this is all I got left. Let me have this one. Ooh, epic voicey likey.
Pause. Another chapter in Epic Voice Guys.
Let him have it. Yeah, ever since they took pornographic images off Tumblr, all he's got is Venom.
Yeah.
I guess he's moved on from the 50 Shades trilogy.
You got to at some point. You
Yeah.
got to keep things spicy.
Yeah.
There are a few things Honest Trailers has introduced me to. Sonic fan art.
Yep.
And Simbrock,
Yeah.
which I did not
We all-
realize was such a thing, but it is very much a thing.
Yep. I believe the current writer of Venom is currently being shouted at a lot online because that is not the focus of his Venom comic.
Oh no.
Yeah.
There's still time to pivot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all. People just want their goo porn.
Yeah. They want Venom inside them.
Yeah.
And outside.
Inside and out.
Yeah. Yeah, it really was set up like kind of like a love triangle, because he was like, there's this new exciting thing in his life, and the relationship with Michelle Williams, I don't know, I don't think that's got a future. I don't think that's going anywhere.
No.
He was already hacking her computer and stuff like that, and she was already like helping hide, disappeared drifters on her computer.
That's why it should have been formatted as like Venom is the like Tom Hanks, Tom Hardy is the Meg Ryan, Michelle Williams is Meg Ryan's like crappy husband that the audience is like, we don't like you. Like,
Yeah.
That should have been the folks that instead it was Venom constantly being like, we're gonna get you back together with Michelle Williams.
Yeah,
I
but
was
it-
like, no.
But I guess at the end they're just like some sort of like poly thruple, where it's just the three of them trading venom back and
They're
forth.
polyvenomous.
Yeah, they're polyvenomous. Exactly. We'll see in the sequel.
Why not? I think they know which way to go now.
Yeah.
That's how they marketed the Blu-ray, was as a romantic comedy.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad that they barely somehow managed to pull this off, at least box office wise, because I think at least they now have a win vein of which way to go,
Yeah.
and it's pointing right at Simbrock.
I don't think they had enough development of that relationship. It was kind of jarring, but like, okay, whatever. When the movie was like, when Venom just stops him, he's like, I had a change of heart. I was a loser too once upon a time, and you kind of remind me of me. Let's go.
I
have
like
a third act.
that part of the movie. I really do. I can't explain it.
Okay.
I'm weird.
No,
It's okay.
It's fine. It's just like, I would have liked to see more time spent on their relationship
I
together.
agree.
Well, I think what it is I'm trying to remember who. Oh, Mark Bernardin tweeted this. He was talking about Aquaman, where he was just talking about he didn't emotionally connect to anyone, and he was like, CG is CG now, and I've seen really great epic CG stuff, and it's going to take more to impress me at this point. I need something to like latch onto. And I think that's where more time on weird stuff with Venom, because we get it. We know, like, everyone can recite to you the superhero 3-act structure now. Everybody gets it. Everybody. So
Yeah.
Anytime they went paint by numbers, including the post-credit sting, where it's like, it's gonna be character name, and I fell off. And then anytime they were like, let's do something weird, I was right back in.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we know where to go for Venom 2. Keep going.
So enjoy a comic book film that isn't bogged down by 20 other episodes like the MCU or the grandiose pretensions of the DC Universe.
This is amazing.
Because sometimes it's fun to watch a movie that's just a movie.
I like
Even though it did so
standalone
well,
comic book
Sony will
movies.
probably
I do
use it
too.
to kickstart an entire cinematic universe. Hard pass, Sony. Hard pass.
Debated a lot of
Unless you get
goos.
flubber. Starring Sad Max, Inky and the Veins, Dan from Veep, and Dan from Venom.
Just complete same
Man
character.
Taster by the Sea, Elon Musk, Everyone Goops, the Rialto Theater, the Rialto
And
Theater.
as my
And
editing
that's
roots came out
Rialto
here,
Theater
it's
as
like,
well.
okay.
They
Rialto
only had one
Theater.
block to shoot this chase scene,
What
so
theater's
they
that?
just
Oh, it's
circled the
Rialto.
block.
Oh, it's a Rialto.
I'm the leprechaun, huh?
Close Encounters of the Turd Kind.
Rolling down the street, a turd in the wind.
Fucking
If your
wing
turds are
turds.
thin or light enough to roll in the wind, please call your gastroenterologist.
That was a
on
bad.
gin and goo.
Other than hating the fact that Sony once again put the last scene of a movie in a trailer, which they're criminal repeat offenders with.
Yeah.
That was such a dumb line to put in the last, as the marketing, because I was at Comic-Con when they ran this trailer, and when that line came up, I was like, what?
Huh?
I get it, it's from a book, but like sometimes
Plenty
you
of
don't
things
always...
are from a comic
Yeah.
book. You can choose.
Out of context, it's just like, what? Like, what kind of movie is this? But then at the end of it, when it's like you see what the dynamic is, it makes a lot more sense.
The kind of guy that Venom is, yeah.
Yeah, but like seeing that, like to use that as like the last scene in the trailer, it's just like, what are you doing? And then using the "We are Venom," literally the last line of the movie, one of them in the trailer. It's like, wait, why?
Yeah, they needed
Sony,
to put other
stop it.
moments that would like make that make sense more of like, I'm hungry, feed me a dog. Or whatever.
Exactly.
Then okay.
Here's your
then-
touch of chocolate. Like, okay, that's the movie.
Yeah. Well, clearly the marketing worked.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Somehow.
Got everyone to
What
see
do we
Venom.
know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did we finish? Yeah, we
I
finished.
think we have
deleted
extra
scenes.
stuff.
Yeah, let's watch that.
Let's look at extra stuff.
Yeah.
Starring Clark Spent, Sweaty Brock, Emotional Support Cannibal, A Boy and His Blob, Monster Energy Inc.,
Good game.
Black Tar Heroin,
Hate that game.
Biz Ahmed, Carnage Top, and Seriously? That's who they're going with for Carnage. Okay. Everyone goops.
Which we used.
The worst part of Michelle Williams' wig? She already looked like the character.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, the 6 week.
Oh, yes.
So, did it
6
take
months.
this lady 6 months to get to the airport?
She looks very unwell, is what I'm saying.
Sure. But at the same time, like,
But why did it take her 6 months to get to the
6
airport?
months, you could cover a lot of ground in there.
I agree. She was
Yeah.
walking very slowly.
Yeah, impaired or not. Okay.
Yeah.
I think
we did it.
we expelled all the venom inside.
Yeah.
We learned a lot. We made a song, sort of,
Yeah, yeah.
for Roma at least.
Yeah.
And,
You're welcome.
you're welcome,
I think
world.
we covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, we covered everything. If you have more Venom questions, hit us up on Twitter where they'll be promptly ignored. But do come back next week for another Honest Trailer commentary for something that's going to be, I don't know. It might end differently than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll leave it with that.
Yeah.
And it's good to be back, guys. Good to be
Yeah.
back.
It is.
2019, Honest
Happy
Trailer
New Year.
commentaries. Boom. See you then.
Venom.
Roma.